everybody, this is Salvi here with the VTuber news coming right up for you. Before that, of course, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell, and the like button as well, and let's get right into it. Maid Mint has suffered a ban of sorts on social media, and we'll have here Mint Phantom is originally her name. She's also known as Maid Mint. Most people know her as Maid Mint. She's an indie female VTuber who was Pomu Rain Puff of Nijisanji En when she was a part of that, and now she's back into her Maid Mint form. She's been doing amazing work. She's been doing a lot of concerts. Recently, she had an Ayami, which is Ayami Mama, is her model mama, I believe, and they are someone who is in VTuber world. There's the whole mama thing. They recently did a concert with her, a whole big thing with her for the family reunion type of thing. Well, our Mint Phantom is banned. That's what I'm talking about. Not her herself, but her community, for whatever reason, has been banned. A good use of the site consists acceptance of Reddit's user management and acknowledge our privacy policy. So basically, this is saying that for some reason, rules-wise, they have been banned. At least her community, like I mentioned before, has been banned. Let's take a look here. It says unmoderated. That's pretty much the rule not to break if you want to keep a sub going. And yeah, it looks like it was not moderated. One thing a lot of people don't understand about Reddit will let you have let it be unmoderated for a little bit, but eventually you have to have at least one mod that is on the roll of mods in there, administrator mod, etc. You need to have at least one, because if you don't, Reddit will not let you stay. Reddit will absolutely not let you stay. Which is a stupid, because unmoderated doesn't amount to anything. It can simply be there's 2 appointed mods for the sub and they haven't used Reddit in a while, so banning the sub it is, rather than mods that actually moderating their subs. Believe there's a subreddit for submitting applications to mod unmoderated subreddits, and none of the posts are lost. It says, yep, Reddit request, to be exact, that someone's approved to have mod privileges, then sub becomes unbanned. Unmoderated can generally mean anything under the sun. You can actively mod a subreddit, be a sole mod of it, and use Reddit daily. Sub will still get banned for no moderation. Reddit is weird about that. It says it was a freaking contributor to that sub because Mint is one of my faves, but that sub became oversaturated with lewd art. So much so that Reddit made it an R18+ sub. And anyone who posted there had that label. I tried to get them to get some moderation and hold it back a bit to get out of the 18+ hell, but I was laughed at out of the group of members. And vast amount of members just wanted open degeneracy there without any moderation, so I just left. I guess all that led to it getting banned now. Just posted our Maid Mint now. It has fewer members, but is a better Mint fan sub in my eyes. And then you had, lewd art there. And that is just, lewdish art. Luckily not nude or anything like that, but lewd. Tracks and deserved. So next Doki Bird, lewd art increase as far as I know. No, I posted a lot on sub too, and there's a lot less NSFW posts there. When I was there, our Mint Phantom sub had something like 70 to 80% posts. So it seems to become an NSFW subreddit. But that itself, I don't think would have gotten it banned. I think a lot of people just gave up on it after that. That's what they made there for 18+ hell. Sub was made fun of in our Mint Phantom, and they made these posts on other subs like this one now. And it says, find it hilarious how the Mint Phantom sub accidentally labeled as NSFW, and the response is basically F it, it was meant to be. So yeah, it was one of those things. Whichever reason it is sad to see that a community is gone. If it was a self-created problem, well, then they got what was going to happen to them eventually. If it wasn't, and there were still a lot of good people in there, then it is a sad thing for the community. She will not be silenced as we talk about Matara Kan, who is an independent VTuber at this point. She was a part of VSHOJO. There was a separation between her and VSHOJO due to some things that were alleged and things like that. It was never anything really serious. It was, some things behind the scenes, but we finally are hearing a little bit more in regards to that from her. So there's another confirmation that there was a bit of split among VSHOJO members from Ernul, where many of them believed management over each other, not just in 2023 when 3 members departed and got S-talked by Mountain Dew, but even a few months before its final implosion, they were still in denial. Let's talk about this here. Let's listen to what she has to say here.
Last year, I've lost a lot of friends because it was a really bad year. It was a really bad year. I was really paranoid about getting sued, and it was just a bad year. I was also really paranoid because I was like, these things don't make sense. This is crazy. None of this makes sense. And people are like, okay, crazy, like, pack it up. And I'm like, but I'm not crazy. Like, yes, I know I sound crazy, and I know that the things I'm saying are crazy, but I promise you, I'm not crazy. And I definitely lost, I think, a few close friendships that way. Like, even if one day we'll be back to being friends, to be very honest, I don't blame my friends for not wanting to be my friend when I'm, you know, psychotic. But in my case also, like, I hope you guys understand. It's like, it goes back and forth, right? I don't blame the people in my life who didn't believe me and took Gunrun's side in the situation when he was telling them sweet nothings in their ears, you know?
So that is, you know, something between VSHOJO. Apparently, there were some issues, a schism inside of VSHOJO, because Gunrun, as we know, is alleged to be a habitual liar and does know how to do sweet nothings.
But I also am aware that, like, in my case, I don't want to be someone's friend again. If, like, you didn't give me the benefit of the doubt, you didn't trust me, you didn't listen to me, like, it's this weird gray area. So I also don't blame people that, like, you know, didn't want to be part of my life during that thing. And, like, do you want to be friends with somebody that's, like, paranoid of getting sued, that's, like, complaining, that's like, ooh, my big problems, I'm scared, I got fired, I get it. So I also, like, it's nobody's job or responsibility to tell me about stuff. I could have been a better friend, I could have reached out more, I could have been there more, but I do this thing when bad things happen that I isolate and I close off, and yeah, I did that. Yeah, it's not their fault and it's not my fault. That's kind of how I feel, Sabers, where I know that it's not my friend's responsibility to be there for me at my lowest. There's therapy and there's taking care of myself. I also wasn't amazing. I was drinking a lot, you guys. I was crying, like, even, and like, I love Junie to death, but even at one point, I was drinking a lot and I was talking to Junie, and the next day Junie was like, hey, Matara, I love you so much, and like, I'm here for you if you want to talk about it. But just so you know, yesterday, like, it was a little overwhelming. Like, I think next time, you know, you should think about talking to other people about this. And I went back to therapy. And I'm really, really grateful that she told me. I think a lot of people would not have told me that. I think a lot of people would have just kind of like kept that in and not, but Junie was like, I love you and I'm there for you. But like at a certain point, like it got really overwhelming and it got just too much for me to bear. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. Like I can't, I'm your friend and I want to drink with you and I want to hang out with you and you're awesome. But like, this is getting to that point where I don't have the tools to deal with that. But yeah, that happened to me a lot, where now I'm in a point where I'm like, there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, she's really good for that. And I always bring it back up to her, where I'm so happy that she brought that up to me.
And that is what is, having good friends. Friends should be able to tell each other that kind of thing. And I can definitely relate to her when it comes to bad things. When it comes to bad things, I isolate, I pull away. And many times also because, my autism and things like that, I don't know how to react perfectly to those things. I'm very bad with social situations. I'm very bad at that type of stuff. And nowhere near what she had to go through, of course. I've had to go through my own stuff. Nowhere near any of that kind of thing. And we continue down here. It says, Matara got terminated March 6th, while VSHOJO died in July. It's also a bit insane to me how much everyone involved was afraid of lawsuits, seemingly only much more than people working for JP Corpos. There's a lot of interactions that don't happen anymore. Almost no one interacts with Mel. Also, Mousy and Zen are not interacting anymore. Fruit also seems to not interact with anyone, and Matara and Mouse also don't seem to interact anymore. I can absolutely understand her side too. I can absolutely understand Matara's side, where she's like, yeah, if you didn't believe me, and if you pulled away, and you believe the other guy, the bad guy, the one that we all know is a bad guy now, I'm not going to want to be around you anymore. Not putting out names, and I'm glad she didn't put out names, because then you get people, sending hate trains. So why did you do this? Why didn't you believe her? Blah, 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 blah. She doesn't want that. She just wants to move on with her life, do well in her own life, and do well in her own thing, wishing everyone else well as well. I don't think she wishes anybody evil or anybody anything bad, but when you are abandoned by people that you thought were friends, that is the point where, yeah, like, F you, you go on your own way. I don't want to have anything to do with you. And I can absolutely understand that. And that is a shame that Gunrun, Mountain Dew, and other people did so much damage to so many lives in VSHOJO. Zentreya, the cyber dragon, or dragon just at this point, is a female English VTuber who debuted in 2017. She first started kind of as a mute on VRC, then she started doing more things in VRC and things like that. She did become a part of VSHOJO as a founding group member, and along with Nyanners, Iron Mouse, Melody, Fruit, Hime Hajime, and Silverveil. And, after the whole VSHOJO thing happened, they all split and they all did their own thing. And right now she is kind of not feeling so great. At the very least recently, March 15th, she put out Try My Best this year, not just for me, but for my friends and for people who I hope see that I am trying my hardest. Last year, really just, yeah, I'm trying though. Schedules, playing a lot more offline, finding breaks for my mental. It's slow. I'm doing my best. This is very important. Zen has done a lot to bring happiness to so many people out there, to bring some relaxation, to bring a place to disconnect from everything else, unwind from everything else. It is great that she is doing something for herself, but it does suck that she did have a bad year, according to her, last year. Not a great one. And I do hope 2026 is much better for her. Let's see down here. You got this. You're doing your best, and we can tell. Love what you've been doing so far, and I hope things get even better. Yeah, she's been doing a lot of things. But yes, like I said, it does suck that she's not feeling so great. But I am glad that she has this positivity, as other friends and other people down here are sharing the same thing of, her doing great, and, that she is trying her hardest to make sure that things work better in 2026. She's feeling a little sick, as we're talking about Shylily, a female independent VTuber from Germany, based in the Netherlands. She started in 2020, and she got much bigger as the years went on. So today we're talking about this. She says, "Hey, Shrimpies, I've been struggling real hard with some stomach issues last night, and I didn't get any sleep at all. Feeling awful today. My stomach's still upset with me. Just want to take things easy and take the day off." So she took the day off on March 14th. I think she's been feeling better recently, which is good. But yes, she was sick for a little bit. Weepy Mia says, "No, Lily, rest up well. Van Peaches, hope you get some rest. Feel better soon." You have Mia Virus and other people also wishing her the best. I do also wish that, I think that she's feeling better. It sucks that, she was sick for a bit. I do know how that feels, and it is not good to soldier through. I always recommend that to anybody that's watching, listening, etc. Don't soldier through these things. Give yourself a break, just like she did. Her ASMRs are cancelled as we go to Tomoe Umari, who is an independent female English-speaking VTuber. She is a horse girl, an official horse girl, and she is open about being a part of the military. She was a part of VData's second generation of Illusion, alongside Alpha Beta and Harihima, and is now independent, as I mentioned before. We talk about her today because other than, posting the regular stuff that people post on their Twitters, reposting, having fun with arts, fan arts, things like that, she has posted that she has accepted that I'm never going to be a part of ASMR VTuber, and I think that's fine. Being an ASMR VTuber, and I think that's fine. I'm glad I gave it a shot, nonetheless. It was a pretty cool experience. I won't be doing ASMR anymore for the foreseeable future, but big respect to all ASMR VTubers out there. So she's canceling ASMR for her. ASMR truly is not everyone's thing, but I'm glad you gave it a shot in the first place, Tomoe. Thank you for being open to trying it, and I'm grateful you thought it was a cool experience. If I wasn't so busy, probably would have kept at it, but I think for now it's better to prioritize my other tasks so I don't end up overwhelmed. I appreciate the kind sentiment. Sad to hear, but thank you for trying it out. I'm not really big into ASMR, but it did intrigue me enough to dig a bit deeper into your channel. Now the question is what to do with Patreon, maybe ideas for the Monday videos. For now, the vids are just random topics I feel like talking about, though I may eventually ask for recommendations. Other people are saying it's unfortunate. ASMR content was awesome. Thank you for giving it your best shot. One of those, you never know until you try, sort of things. I'm glad I was able to try it. It says most of the stuff is going to be on Patreon anyways. It is ASMR for a bit. It was way into it, and then suddenly lost all interest out of nowhere. It's an experience nonetheless. Think I had similar experience. I felt inspired initially, to then kind of lost my spark. It was kind of fun while it lasted, though. I agree 100%. I really respect you for giving it a go. At least I could tell you were really into it. Thank you for giving it a shot. It means a lot to us. Some VTubers go about it in a different way. Some do ASMR whenever they get the itch, get inspired to do other creators' ASMR works. And it says sometimes VTubers will do it 3 to 4 times a year to scratch that itch they have. It really is up to you at the end of the day. It will support you no matter what. And that's the thing. The community will support them. Other people are saying the same thing. Sad that it's gone, but they'll support the decision that they made. But yes, Tomoe Umari has canceled all ASMRs, at least on her YouTube channel. And everything else, I believe, is going to be on her Patreon. Nothing moving forward, but everything, all the archives, I think, are going to be on her Patreon. Kureiji Ollie is a female Indonesian VTuber with Hololive ID's second gen with Anya Melfisa and Pavolia Reine. They are a zombie, as you can tell there. And recently, they came out with this. They were a part, I believe, of Alpha Betas. Alpha Beta is a VTuber, a more indie VTuber. They are part of her Hololive karaoke. Hololive, not karaoke, it was more like a Hololive concert type of thing. Hololive fan concert. It wasn't an official one, but it was a Hololive fan concert. Ollie was invited. It said, I have so many things I want to convey, but the words just won't come out. And during that time, 1.4 million subscribers was a milestone that she reached. It says, first and foremost, Thank you all for the support you've given me. You could have used the time to watch other VTubers, other channels, or even just do something else that's worth your while. But you decided to visit my channel and cheer for me. That is something I will never take for granted. This milestone is not mine alone, it's ours, because literally if you guys didn't decide to press the subscribe button, this would never have been possible. I haven't prepared anything at all, but I'll come back with a proper celebratory content. You know, hope she's going to be doing this. She's going to definitely be celebrating some new content, celebrating some new things, because that's what she does. Everybody does that, especially when it comes to something like this. Most people go for like 1 million, 2 million, and that's when they celebrate, but she is celebrating just whenever these things have happened. And says, please forgive the silly zombie for not having anything, but thanks right now, because she didn't expect to get to 1.4 million. I can understand that. I love you all so much. I may not remember everyone's names or faces, but I cherish each and every one of you. Let's make for more memories in the future. Big love. And this was during Ollie's little countdown here. She did the karaoke countdown there. And here we go. And it says she did the karaoke stream. And here, because yeah, she was part of Alpha Beta's thing. It was a Hololive fan concert, and you know, correcting myself here, it was during a actual karaoke that she did, that she was able to do this. So Jesus, thank you, 1.4 million subs, congratulations, Ollie. And here, this is when she was doing it. She was 1399745. But even though she did it, you know, kind of like a countdown to that moment, or at least a saying it's a countdown, she never. I mean, people don't. You aren't guaranteed. That's what I mean. You aren't guaranteed to ever get to 1.4 million. But I'm very happy. And the community themselves have all been congratulating Ollie for everything that she has here. She has had some issues in the past of not appreciating herself enough. But the community always pushes her forward and helps her appreciate what she is, which is an amazing VTuber. So there it goes. Just a little bit more other things here from different ones. Yomi Quinley, other people here putting things out and mentioning that, yes, big congratulations to her for getting this. Hololive Production is an agency underneath the cover umbrella. It does have Hololive EN ID JP. JP is their main one. Hololive EN ID and Holostars EN ID. ID, unfortunately, it doesn't exist. And JP. Hololive JP and EN. Holostars EN JP. ID, you never know, one of these days. But Hololive Device as well is another one. That's a Japanese one. Recently, they had on Pecora's channel. Pecora did organize this. Hololive with various people there from Device, from all the different parts of Hololive in the Mario Tennis Cup. It was something, like I said, run by Pecora. You can see her eyes right there at the top. And let's take a look at it running a little bit, and then we're going to show you who won at the end. It's Fomoko and Chihaya. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting Device. I really apologize. I really need to get my act together and freaking figure this stuff out. There we go. They're all working. You have Vivi and Poka. And there is the bracket so far. Some people have moved past. There's Okayu. Jesus! This is tough. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm just going to be honest with you. This is a tough one. So that's where Okayu won that one. Fubuki and Noel. Oops, what happened there? I think there we go, Sue, and that is Gigi Murin. Marin and Okayu. Like I said, this is a lot tougher than I'd be really bad at it. There you go, Fubuki and Gigi. Marine and Gigi. Yeah, she's putting her full. And she's still lost. Aw, well. There you go, Okayu and Fubuki at the end. Oh, nice. At the end of the day, the winner was Okayu. It was a tough fight with Fubuki. It was very much a tough fight with Fubuki. Let's see the match point. She keeps doing those. No! Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. Jesus. But yeah, she ended up winning. She ended up winning. It was a very interesting thing. I'm glad that Pekoda was able to run this and that they are still able to do tournaments like this, even you know, though sometimes they can be very, very busy. And lastly, before I forget, big congratulations to Okayu for winning this. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. The reason why I do this is simple. I want it to be a positive space for VTubing, a positive space for VTubers, and a place where we can support each other no matter what is happening in the VTubing space. And yes, there are some negative things happening there, but I try to bring some positivity here. And we're taking a look at Scarlet Rebel R, who is, as mentioned here, indie game designer and English VTuber. Minors and aunties don't interact. Shin debuts soon. We're taking a look here at things that they have done in the past. They have done some faceless. It looks like some of this stuff is faceless here. They do have some of their stuff here that we can take a look at. Little things here where they do some
good crowd control with this
specific things there. Some of their VTubers and their VTuber designs, things like that. And they're going over professional holo curing with VTubing and doing other content of that sort. Thank you so much, Scarlet Rebel, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel, and I do hope this helps you in some way. This, I think. Funny. That worked. $60 seconds, and then we're gonna be going through the other shit. So we're doing this now. Fucking whatever. At least it did it this time. Fucking hell. I ain't a natural. You see how long it fucking took me to do this? You think that's natural? Saying I'm a natural is like saying I'm hung. None of that is true. None of that is ever true. You're trying to pretend, you're trying to be something that you're not. I certainly as hell am not. I certainly as hell am not. Thank you guys for watching as always. And of course, take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.